I think for me, purpose is important for a marketing leader on three different levels. Firstly, for me personally, I think it's really important that an organisation has a purpose, that it knows why it's there, that it knows what it's trying to achieve. And particularly in a large organisation, and particularly in an organisation that's customer facing, like Starbucks, having that knowledge and inbuilt purpose that runs right the way through the organisation ultimately ends up in us delivering against that when it comes down to touching the customer every day, a cup of coffee in the store. So Starbucks' mission, often called purpose, is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, one neighbourhood at a time. And that transcends so many things within our business. But for me, where that comes really to life is when the customer walks into a store and makes connection with the barista, or the barista makes connection with the customer for the first time, sometimes maybe early in the morning, and brings a smile, maybe for the first time that day, to the face of a customer. But it also has an impact on the relationships that we have externally, certainly the relationships we have with people like coffee farmers, and how we work directly with farmers and cooperatives to make sure that we are buying coffee in a responsible way, that we are investing in community programs, in health, in education, in clean water, in some of these areas of the world where coffee is grown, which are incredibly in need. That we're able to make a contribution towards farmers improving their yields on their farms, which means they improve their revenue, for their families, and they're able to support their families in a better way, and all sorts of other areas like that as well. The role of marketing within an organisation with purpose can probably be seen on a couple of different levels. At its most executional, if you like, the role of marketing is to make sure that externally, and in many organisations internally as well, not only the purpose but the proof points of that purpose are articulated and communicated to customers, to internal, we call them partners, employees, to stakeholders, and so forth. So the continuous communication is rooted in that purpose, no matter what it's about. But it can also, at a much more strategic, much higher level, be about making sure that we lead the company in the initiatives that we undertake to make sure that they are continuing not only to live up to our purpose, but to fulfill and drive our purpose forward. So again, whether that's in products, initiatives, services, or whatever, anything that we touch not only needs to be measured against our purpose, but in some ways, is it driving our mission forward? Is it driving our values forward? Is it really making sure that we live up to our aspirations of inspiring and nurturing that human spirit? One person, one cup, one neighbourhood at a time. There are some things that are really important to me to make me feel fulfilled, if you like, as a leader. Like many people, I'm an ambitious individual. I like to succeed. I like to work for an organisation that succeeds. So that's really important to me, but doing so in a way that contributes positively. It isn't a conflict environment that makes a positive contribution to not only the people that I work with and for, but my partners externally, and business partners, and also customers. And I think one of the most rewarding things that I find, I look back over a number of years working in different countries, working for different organisations, is I now have a group of friends, ex-colleagues, current colleagues, where I know at some point I've been very fortunate and privileged to have been part of their journey. They may be working in all sorts of places now. They might be working in the Middle East. They might be working in China. They might be working in Australia. But I feel a huge sense of pride, privilege, and reward, I guess, that at some stage I've touched had the fortune to touch those people, to hopefully help them in their journey, and what they've all helped me too in many different ways, and I've learned from them as well.